Welcome to the Canadian Intellectual Property Office's educational video series called Intellectual Property Strategy, the Problem Solver's Guide to Staying Out of Trouble. In these videos, you will learn what an intellectual property strategy is and the steps you can take to develop one for your business. Step 2. External IP audit. It may be tempting to think that it's just easier not to get involved in IP. But as you saw in the introductory story, not knowing about IP around you means that you may accidentally infringe on someone else's IP. Be smart about IP. Stay out of trouble.
Yes, it's one thing to dream about your idea, but remember, the IP landscape is very real. IP rights are legal rights, so innovators should minimize the risk of a lawsuit by making sure that their commercial activity is not infringing on someone else's IP rights. Also, by first making sure that there is a space to actually get IP rights before you seek IP protection, you can avoid spending time and money on an idea, only to discover that it can't be protected because someone else has already done something similar. For example, if you're planning on advertising a logo, ensure that you can legally protect your trademark or that no one else already owns a trademark to a similar logo. Finally, as you look for IP that may affect your business, you may find patents, designs, and other creations that could complement your own idea. Not all IP is commercialized. In fact, it's likely only a fraction of the IP you'll find in your searches is still being maintained. And sometimes, even the active IP isn't commercialized. This may help you find IP that you could buy or license from the owner.
Okay, that's a lot to think about. But let's take a look at how you would find this kind of information. Some of it could be confidential, but a lot of IP rights can be found by searching on the internet. Here are some of the places you can start looking for IP. Let's say that you've invented a new type of microphone. Then you could probably quickly identify some of the biggest manufacturers and distributors through online shopping. Sometimes you'll even find reviews that can indicate the customer's favorite features and things that could be improved. Then you could take a closer look at the manufacturer's website to learn about the products and features. These are good keywords to learn. Sometimes it helps to look in scientific literature for recent critical reviews and state-of-the-art for these features. You can often find inventors and creators this way.
So then from these searches, I would have the names of the companies, keywords relating to my microphone, and also some of the names of possible inventors. Now let's look at where we can find IP information on patents, trademarks, and so on.
There are several free online tools to look for IP information. Some of the more comprehensive databases are provided by the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. You can find the link in the description. Open up a tab in your browser, type wipo.int, and go to the Resources section. In here, there is a list of free resources useful for your external IP audit. If you, for example, are looking for patents for a microphone, you select Patent Scope and search for microphone. Now, this is a very wide search, so you'll get many hits, over 100,000. Remember, I'm not showing you exactly how to search for particular technologies now. I'm just showing you what is available. You can get a quick graphic analysis of the top countries, applicants, inventors, and so on, and you can filter and drill down from here. Similarly, you can head to wipo.int, Resources, and look for trademarks in the Global Brand Database. Here, you can search for trademarks that, for example, have the word microphone. Type in microphone and filter on type word, which gives me over 200 hits. Finally, you can look for microphone designs in the Global Design Database. If I search for products containing microphone, I get over 1,200 hits. Of course, you would spend time fine-tuning the search, so you will eventually narrow in on results relevant to you. But know that these and other databases are available online for free.
Now, there are some important limitations to be aware of. For example, patent applications filed less than 18 months ago are only available if the applicant has specifically asked for it to be publicly disclosed. Due to the complexity of the claims and languages, it is practically impossible to find every relevant publication. For trademarks, note that in general, business names may not be necessarily registered as trademarks. Also note that in some countries like Canada, trademarks do not have to be registered. They may get limited protection under common law trademark rights. These results will not come up in a trademarks database search. Finally, copyrights are automatically established when a work is created. Canada and over 170 other countries have signed the Berne Convention, which deals with the protection of works and the rights of their authors. There is no international copyright registration system or requirements for formal registration. Most countries do have a system in place to allow for the formal registration of copyrights, but is usually only searchable by title. Since copyright registers only contain the title of the work, this may not help you in discovering what the copyright work actually contains.
These are just examples on where to find IP data. Since IP rights are legal, understanding what is protected can be really important. That's why an IP professional can be of great help. Often these experts have experience in searching and drafting IP documents. They often have access to advanced tools that can identify, analyze, and present the data in ways that makes it easier to understand. Therefore, it is often recommended to seek the help of a professional such as an IP professional, someone with extensive experience offering their advice as a service, an IP agent. This is someone who has passed a qualifying exam and is entitled to act on your behalf with the Canadian Intellectual Property Office. An IP lawyer, a qualified lawyer with specialization on IP law and related legal matters. Links to search engines for registered patents and trademarks agents and other IP professionals are indicated on the screen and also available in the description of this video.
Cost is one of the common hurdles at this stage, so it can be well worth your time to prepare well before you meet with an IP professional. Do your own preliminary search and ask the experts to fill in the gaps. It may still cost you, but see it this way: how many hours have you invested in your IP? How many hours are you willing to spend on building your own expertise to search in databases? And what are you willing to put at risk by, for example, accidentally infringing on someone else's IP rights just because you didn't find or understand the data?